Hey guys, Mike here at Animation Tutorials, and welcome back to a new video. Well guys, today we're going to do a subscriber request. I received a question from Dennis, and he ran into a problem while texturing a 2D file. Okay, so what's the issue here? Let's say you're modeling a vehicle and you want to have a certain texture on the side. Then let's say it's a Jeep or so, and you want to have lettering or whatever, or like on an ammo box or something like that. And you have a texture file with that text, but it has a white background, for example. Okay. Now, how do you kind of cut out the letters, make that an alpha image, and apply it to your 2D texture underneath? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So what we'll do is we'll start off by creating a simple object, and we'll just drag a cube out right there. I'll just hit 6 on my keyboard, excuse me, and we're going to go into our attribute editor, and I'm going to set my translate values to 0 to get it nice and centered. And my polycube 1, I'll do 5 by 5 by 5 to make it nice and symmetrical. Okay, so this is our cube. Now, before we're going to texture anything, we need to UV this guy. So with our cube selected, we're going to go up to UV, and we're going to select automatic, which will give us a 6-view plane projection on our cube. And now that that's done, we're going to go up to UV and UV editor, and let's see what we got. I'll just move this over, and as you can see, we have 6 squares, but they're not connected yet. Okay, now as I hover over these squares, you can see certain squares lighting up over here. So we're going to take this guy, we're going to right click, go to shell, we'll take that cube, hit W, and move that over here. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to stitch up our UV. So I'm going to right click here, go to edge, select that top edge there, and as you can see, it corresponds with this one down here. So we're going to go up to polygons, and we're going to go to move and sew edges, which glues that one to that one. I'm going to select that edge and hit G to repeat the last command. We'll do that over here, we'll do that over here, and we'll do that once more over here. So now the whole thing is one UV, if you will. So if I right click and go to shell, you can see that it's now one piece, right? Now I'm going to move that over to my 0 to 1 space, and I want that to neatly fit into that area. So I'm going to go up to polygons and down to layout. This makes it fit nicely, and I'm going to move it over just a little bit to kind of keep it in the middle. Okay. All right. So we got that part. Now what we're going to do next is we are going to create a UV snapshot. So we have this layout available in Photoshop. Okay. So we're going to go up to polygons. We're going to go down to UV snapshot. I'm going to hit browse. I'm going to select my desktop. That's where I want to save my file. And we'll call this box UV. Okay. And what I'll do actually is I'll just create a new folder on my desktop, and I'll just call it new folder, and I'll save it in there. Okay. So save, I want that to be 1024 by 1024. That's kind of important. And I want to save it out as a JPEG. Okay. And we're going to hit OK. All right. We're going to switch over to Photoshop. There we go. And I'll just get rid of this stuff. I've been testing that first. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to File, Open. We're going to go to our new folder, and we're going to open that box UV that we just created. Okay. Second, I'm going to open the texture file that I want to use for my cube. Okay. So I'm going to go to File, Open. I'll go up to my desktop, and I have a wood texture that I selected, and that texture is 1024 by 1024. So it has the same size as my UV. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to my UV snapshot. I'm going to take my rectangular selection, drag select the whole thing, hit Control C to copy, switch over here, and hit Control V to paste. Okay. So now you see two layers here. Now the thing is, I want to see my UV outline, but also see my texture at the same time. So I'm going to make sure that I have layer 1 selected. I'm going to go to opacity, click on that, and I'm going to drag that down to a point where I can see my wood texture, but I can also see my UV layout. Okay. Now, once I start to work on this, I need to make sure that I have my wood texture selected and not my layer 1, because otherwise I'm going to be working on top of my UV layout. Okay. So that's all set up so far. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to open the logo file that we're going to use. Okay. So we're going to go to File and Open. And I found this logo file right here. And this is the logo that I want to apply onto my wood texture. But as I said before, this has a white background, and I don't want that white background to be on my wood texture, just the logo. Okay. So before we do anything else, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to select New Layer, create a new layer. Okay. Now, when you create a new layer, you can already see by the white and gray checkered boxes here that this is an alpha image. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out this logo and we're going to paste it on top of our alpha image. All right. So we're going to select our logo. We're going to go up to our magic wand, left click, magic wand, make sure that's selected, and we're going to click on our logo. Now, as you can see, it didn't select everything yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the shift key, left click, and drag that up. And keep on dragging. That's all the way up to the top. I'm going to bring that down. That's all selected. I'm going to start to bring that up here, all the way to the top. And I'm going to select this guy. And let's do the same. Okay. So pull that up, and it looks like we're all the way. Okay. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go to Edit and Cut. We're going to select our layer 1, and we'll just turn that one off. And we're going to go to Edit and Paste. So now we have our logo on top of an alpha channel image. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to File, Save As, and we'll call this Logo Alpha, and we'll save it on our desktop as a PSD. Okay. And then we're going to take our rectangular selection tool, select the whole thing. Actually, we're not, sorry. Just forgot one thing. What we're going to do is we're going to go to this guy, make sure we have background selected, and we're going to go to File, Open, and we're going to take the image that we just saved, and we call that thing, where'd he go? Just give me one sec. Yeah, here it is. It's Logo Alpha. Sorry, I need to use the place command. File and place. That's the one we need. I'm so sorry. Okay. So Logo Alpha, there we go. And we're going to start to move that into the quadrant where we want it, which is the one down here. And we're just going to drag that to size. And just make sure that that's a good fit right there. Okay, cool. And once you're happy with the placement, you're just going to hit enter. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to turn off this guy, and we are going to take these two, and that should be good. We're going to go to File, Save As, and we'll just call it a wood texture logo. Okay, and let's save that as a JPEG. Here we go. We'll save it on our desktop, and okay. Then we're going to go back into Maya. We're going to select our cube, right-click Object Mode, right-click Assign New Material. We'll do a Lambert. We'll go in. We'll hit our checkered box. We're going to select File, select the folder, Wood Texture Logo. There it is. And we're going to hit Open. Okay. So now if we select our cube and we hit E to rotate, and let's just make sure that we rotated that by minus 90 degrees. You now have your logo on top of the wood. Now, to make it a little bit more realistic, what we can do here is we can now use the wood texture file as a bump map that will run all the way through. Okay, so how we're going to do that, we're going to select this guy, we're going to go towards our material, which is our Lambert. We're going to go down to bump map, hit that checkered box, select file. We're going to go to the file tab, folder, and we're going to take our wood texture file and we're going to use that as a bump map. Now you can see that the bump is a bit rough, so we're going to go to this tab right here and we're going to bring that depth down until it's pretty close to 0. Okay, so let's do 0.05 and let's see what we got. You can see that it's going all the way through into the wood texture or into the logo. Let's see if we can do 0.07. Let's do 0.055. We'll do that. Okay. So now, if you go up to Create, Lights, Point Light, hit W, pull that out, and hit 7 on your keyboard. And I'll try to get a good look here. You can see, if you look close, that the structure has gone into the logo and into your block. Okay. So this kind of gives the effect of the logo that has been painted onto the wood. All right. So that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to show you. Hopefully it's helpful. And if you got any questions, let me know and I'll be happy to help. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.